which cannot cast its skin has to die. As well the minds which are prevented from changing their opinions, they cease to be mind. Blessed are the forgetful, for they get the better even of their blunders. One must be a sea, to receive a polluted stream without becoming impure. Stare into the abyss stares back at you. I obviously do everything to be hard to understand to myself. If a man has character, he has also his typical experience, which always recurs. The real world is much smaller than the imaginary. It is nobler to declare oneself wrong than to insist on being right, especially when one is right. Everyone who has ever built anywhere a new heaven first found the power thereto in his own hell. One has to take a somewhat bold and dangerous line with this existence, especially as, whatever happens, we are bound to lose it. But I need solitude, which is to say, recovery, return to myself, the breath of a free, light, playful air. Everything goes, everything comes back, eternally rolls the wheel of being. Everything dies, everything blossoms again, eternally runs the year of being. Everything breaks, everything is joined anew, eternally the same house of being is built. Everything parts, everything greets every other thing again, eternally the ring of being remains faithful to itself. In every now, being begins. Round every here rolls the sphere there. The center is everywhere. Bent is the path of eternity. A nation is a detour of nature to arrive at 5 or 6 great men, yes, and then to get around them. To recognize untruth as a condition of life that certainly means resisting accustomed value feelings in a dangerous way. And a philosophy that risks this would by that token alone place itself beyond good and evil. What is good? All that heightens the feeling of power, the will to power, power itself. What is bad? All that is born of weakness. What is happiness? The feeling that power is growing, that resistance is overcome. Your educators can only be your liberators. My genius is in my nostrils. Those who hear not the music think the dance is mad. It may be that until now there has been no more potent means for beautifying man himself than piety. It can turn man into so much art, surface, play of colors, graciousness that his sight no longer makes one suffer. A man who wills commands something within himself that renders obedience, or that he believes renders obedience. Generally speaking, punishment makes men hard and cold. It concentrates. It sharpens the feeling of alienation. It strengthens the power of resistance. And life confided the secret to me. Behold, it said, Elam that which must always overcome itself. The familiarity of superiors embitters one, because it may not be returned. The mother of excess is not joy but joylessness. Back then you carried your ashes to the mountain. Would you now carry your fire into the alley? I want to teach them what is understood by so few today, least of all by those preachers of pity. To share not suffering but joy. When we are awake, we do the same thing as when we are dreaming. We first invent and create the people we are dealing with, and then forget it immediately. Only those who continue to change remain my kin. I cast indeed my net into their sea, and meant to catch good fish. But always did I draw up the head of some ancient god. Something might be true, even if it were also harmful and dangerous in the highest degree. Indeed, it might be part of the essential nature of existence that to understand it completely would lead to our own destruction. The strength of a person and #39's spirit would then be measured by how much and quot truth and quot he could tolerate, or more precisely, to what extent he and #39 needs and #39 to have it diluted, disguised, sweetened, muted, falsified. In good company one must never want to be entirely and solely right, which is what all pure logic wants. We know that the destruction of an ideal does not necessarily produce a truth, but only one more piece of ignorance. It is the extension of our empty space, an increase in our waste. We have to be careful that in throwing out the devil, we don't and #39 throw out the best part of ourselves. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe Vision Self-Help for more such content.